So in the last session, we discussed about the meaning of Oracle, applications, financials, and fusion. Now let's talk about what does it mean by cloud. Okay, what does it mean by cloud? Okay, cloud. Cloud means here it's all about cloud computing. Cloud computing, what we can do is we can have big servers. Okay, we can have big servers. By using these big servers, we can create multiple virtual servers. Okay. There is a concept called as virtualization. In cloud computing, by using virtualization concept, we can create the virtual servers by using the big servers or big missions, we can say. Say, for example, your client is running the business in US. Okay, US. So, say US and India. India and USA. Now they want to use Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, they want to use Oracle Fusion applications. If you go with the physical servers, you have to place the server in USA or India. If you place the server in USA, the users who are working from USA, they will connect to the same server. From India also, users should connect to the USA server. When users are going to connect to server from USA, the performance wise, it could be okay. But when India users are trying to connect to the server which is located in USA, there will be some performance related issues and the response time, and it would be totally different because it is placed in the quite far away. This and all happens in case of physical servers. If any client is going to use the physical servers, so what they have to do is they have to buy the server. Okay, they have to buy the server infrastructure. After buying the server infrastructure, they have to take the license. Okay, they have to take the product license. There are 2 points which you have to consider. One is product license, other one is subscription. Okay, subscription. Subscription means the servers will be managed by Oracle only. You can use and you can pay. When you talk about license, it will cost more. The complete product Oracle will provide to client and they can install in their servers and they can use it. Okay. So that means they have to go for product license. So let's take that point. Okay, we'll differentiate. Okay, we'll differentiate those 2 points. So they have to take the license. They have to buy the servers. Okay, and they have to take the product license. And they have to install that product. They have to install. They have to install that product in the server. For that, we need DBA and network administrators. Okay, servers they have to buy. They have to take the license and they have to install the product into the server, and that can be done by DBA and the network security admins and all we required. Some additional technical team also required. If you are going to take subscription from Oracle, okay, subscription. If you are going to take the subscription from Oracle, that means Oracle will provide the virtual server. They'll use the big missions. For each client, they can create one virtual server, and the server access they will give if you take the subscription. If you are taking the license, you have to pay more. If you take the subscription fee would be less. And what is the advantage if you are going to use virtual servers? You are not going to have a servers, no license is required, and you don't need to install. We don't need DBA, database administrator, and other team who will take care of that server. Take subscription, and you can use and you can pay based on the number of users or what you are subscribing. So in case of physical server, these are the points you have to consider. If you go with virtual servers, you no need to think about all these. Directly you can get access to servers which Oracle is providing, and you can pay and you can use those. So where you can have these virtual servers? The virtual servers you can find as internet as a source. Where is the internet? You can think your server is available there. But when you talk about physical servers, you have to place in specific country. From other countries also, you have to connect to the same server. In all the ways, user request should goes to that server, and again server has to respond. Physically, server is located in one specific location. But in case of virtual servers, what they do is, say for example, they'll create one virtual server called as, okay, so they may create one virtual server. Say for example, virtual server A. Okay, they may create one virtual server called as virtual server A for one client. Say client is doing the business in India and USA. Now this virtual server, they'll keep available in India and USA through their data centers. Okay, through their data centers. Again, these both are same. Okay, both are same. The cloud computing through virtualization. Okay, the virtual servers, what they are creating, they can keep availability in the different data centers. Now, if India user is going to connect to that virtual server, it is there in India data center only. Okay, the performance wise, that would be like the response, server response would be very good since that is available through the India data center. And for the people who are in US, if they want to connect to that virtual server, yes, the same virtual server is again available in the USA data center. That's how wherever the Oracle have their data centers, they'll keep that virtual server available so that when users are trying to connect to the server, then no need to think about it is located somewhere else. If they have a connectivity to the internet, immediately they can have access to that virtual servers. So there won't be any like response related issues, and like when they are trying to connect to the server, there won't be any kind of time taking process and all, since the servers are available in the same country. In case of physical servers, you have to place in one country. If client is doing the business from 10 countries, remaining 9 countries users has to connect to the server which is located in the other country. So that is the scenario. Again, there you have to invest a lot for servers, license, installation, DBA. In case of subscription, in case of cloud, if you go with the cloud, you will take the subscription for virtual servers. The virtual servers would be available where client is doing the business in the respective cloud computing company data centers. So that's how user experience would be rich. It's very simple. Where you have your product in your own server, okay, the product you are going to have in your own server, then you can call this as a, you can name it as Oracle Fusion. If you take our course name as a Oracle Fusion Financials. Instead of using your own servers, if you are going to access the Oracle Fusion Financials application with the help of virtual servers, you can call it as, including the term called as cloud, Oracle Fusion Cloud financials. Okay, Oracle Fusion financials means that is a product which you are going to access from your own servers. If you are going to access Oracle Fusion financials applications through virtual servers which are provided by Oracle, okay, the concept of cloud computing and virtualizations, so that you can call as Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials. Okay, or else if you take a very common name like Oracle Fusion applications, it could be any applications, finance applications or SCM, HCM or PPM, take anything, simply you can call as Oracle Fusion applications. And if you are going to use any Oracle Fusion applications through cloud, that you can call as Oracle Fusion Cloud Applications. Okay, this is the difference. Okay, when we should call as Oracle Fusion applications as a Fusion applications, when if we are going to maintain our own servers, okay, we have to take the license to that product and we have to install that product in our servers with the help of DBA. Then you can access that applications from your own server, and then those applications we call as Oracle Fusion applications. The same Oracle Fusion applications, if you are going to access by taking the subscription from Oracle and through virtual servers. When you say, if you take subscription from Oracle, so you will get access to virtual servers which are created by Oracle. How Oracle will create the virtual servers? By using the big servers. By using one big server, they can create any number of virtual servers. Where they are going to place virtual servers? Internet as a source, they are going to keep available those virtual servers. Because all virtual servers will be supported by the data centers, whatever they have across the globe. So this is a point we have to understand. If you are going to access the Fusion applications through virtual servers, you should include the term called as cloud. Okay, Oracle Fusion Cloud Applications, or Oracle Fusion Cloud Applications, or you can take Oracle Fusion Cloud HCM applications, or SCM applications, or Cloud PPM applications. Wherever you see the term called as cloud, we have to understand you are accessing those applications through virtual servers. That's what we call as cloud. Any questions on these points, please? Any questions here, please?
Hi, Lakshman. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, please.
Lakshman, is there any approach or functional perspective change in the both terms?
So, sorry, what you said?
I'm asking for functional perspective, is there any change for approach of configuration?
No. So only like where you deployed your applications, based on that you are calling as a cloud or without cloud. Okay, the product remains same. It could be your own server or the subscription what you are taking from Oracle. Product point of view, there is no difference. And there are certain things which you have to consider, those we are going to discuss now. But product point of view, there is no difference. Same product you will get. It could be your own servers or it may be cloud servers. Cloud servers means virtual servers. You take subscription, you will get access to cloud servers, nothing but virtual servers. The product remains same. Okay. But what level of access you can get, that makes some difference. We'll discuss those points. Okay. Before we proceed with that, any questions on this, please?
You said like the subscription fees will be there in the cloud, right? But previously in EBS, we used to pay for the fees for the applications. What are the applications we use?
Your voice is breaking and some noise also coming. Could you please check once?
Sure. Now is it fine? Still getting voice?
Up and down, like it is some the voice is fluctuating. Just try, let's see. Yep.
I typed the question in the chart. Can you see that? I typed the entire question in the chart.
Okay. How the subscription fee calculated of the number of users plus each application example? Yes. Yeah. Okay. The subscription fee would be based on the which applications you are going to use, and for each applications, how many logins you require, and how much period you are going to have access to those applications. Based on these parameters, Oracle will decide subscription fee. If you are going to subscribe Fusion Cloud applications, they'll see which applications, how many users, and what is the duration, what is the period. Based on these parameters, and there are other parameters also we are going to discuss now. Those we call as SaaS, PaaS, IaaS. So that is also really like Oracle will consider the applications and users and time period you are going with what, with the SaaS or PaaS or IaaS. We'll discuss that. As of now, you can take the point. So based on the applications, which applications, how many users, and what is the time frame, they will decide the subscription fee. When it comes to taking the license in case of your own servers, okay, here also they'll see which applications and how many users, and what is the time frame. But it makes some difference. We will discuss those points. Okay. But now you just make a note of that. We will discuss remaining points after discussing few other points related to this cloud.
Lakshman, Dhanush here.
Please.
When you say application, so subscription application, but however we use only one application, cloud, right? Like in cloud includes each and everything. So what do you mean by application, multiple application?
Yesterday we discussed. Okay, for each department, Oracle is providing separate application. For payables department, they are providing an application that we call as payables application. Okay. For receivables department, receivables application.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, got it. Yeah, thanks for letting me.
Yeah, thank you.
So, hi, Lakshman. Lakshman, this is just one.
Yeah.
So, Lakshman, sorry if you already answered this question, but silly one. So, when you said there is virtual server A sitting in USA and there is virtual server A sitting in India, okay. So, they both are logical or two different server having the similar type level of data, or this is just a user experience?
Not similar. Both are same. Both will be in the full synchronization.
Okay, means.
Okay. So if you enter something, okay, if you enter some data in this USA server, that would reflect in India server also. If you enter anything in the India server, that would reflect in the USA server also. Both will have a same database.
So like a DR server without any difference, correct?
Yes. Those both will be the full synchronization. Just they are replicating. They are making the copy with well connectivity between those two.
So without any lag, correct?
Yes, exactly. That's what full synchronization. It will be full synchronization. Yeah. So when users are trying to, again for both, URL also will be same. Okay, URL also will be same. When user will hit on that URL, that the URL will identify where the user is located. Accordingly, it will route that access to nearest country data center virtual server.
So basically, it's a two different server or two different nodes.
I took the names you see here, not nodes also. Nodes are totally different. Okay. Different copies here. See, virtual server A only. If I take B, you can say that is a different node. Right? Same.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. So same. Yeah. Any other questions here? Fine. So if you are going to have your own server, taking license, installing and getting DB and other team, that we call as on-premise solution. Okay. We call as on-premise. The other option is cloud, what we discussed. In case of on-premise, These are the points you have to consider. Okay. If you are going with a cloud option, we don't need all this, just take subscription. Okay. Just take subscription, everything Oracle will take care. Right? This is the point we have to understand. Now say you are going to take cloud subscription from Oracle. What are the different options are available with Oracle? Okay. So you are going to implement Oracle Fusion applications for one of the client. What option the client can choose from Oracle? We'll discuss that point. So when I talk about cloud subscription, what are the different subscription options are available from Oracle? We'll see that. So when I talk about subscriptions, basically we have 3 different subscriptions from Oracle. So how many really we'll use and all we'll discuss. So those are, one is SaaS, other one is PaaS, third one is IaaS. SaaS, PaaS and IaaS. What does it mean by SaaS subscription? What does it mean by SaaS? SaaS stands for software as a service. Okay. S stands for software. Next, second A stands for as. Other A stands for A. S stands for service. Software as a service. What does it mean by PaaS? PaaS is nothing but platform as a service. Platform as a service. And third option is IaaS. IaaS stands for infrastructure as a service. Say infrastructure as a service. Okay. SaaS, PaaS, IaaS, these are the 3 different subscriptions are available from any cloud computing company, but now we are talking about Oracle. So Oracle also one of the big cloud computing company. That's what Oracle is claiming. We discussed Oracle acquired many ERP applications and enterprise applications, many other tools and technologies, and cloud technology also they acquired. Some cloud computing companies also they acquired, okay, to provide Fusion application solution through cloud options. Now Oracle also one of the cloud computing company. So these are the 3 options available: SaaS, PaaS, IaaS. SaaS stands for software as a service, PaaS stands for platform as a service, IaaS stands for infrastructure as a service. So as a part of, say you want to go for SaaS subscription from Oracle and you want to use Fusion applications, okay. So you will get applications access if you go for SaaS, okay. So you will have access to applications. The same is possible with the PaaS also. In PaaS also will get applications. What are the applications you want to use? But you can take the subscription for SaaS or PaaS. But here you don't find any applications. Okay, no applications. So IaaS means Oracle will provide space. Okay, space. They'll provide some space. You can install any applications or you can place any data within that. Okay, infrastructure as a service, they'll provide some storage space. The storage space you can use for any purposes. Okay, in your laptop, you can keep some data or else you can install some software. Okay, say you have in your laptop hard disk with 1 TB. Now within that hard disk, you can keep any data. The same way, the virtual storage space you can get from Oracle if you go for IaaS subscription, no applications Oracle will provide. They'll just give you the space within that. If you want to install any applications or if you want to store some data, so you can store for any purposes, you can use this IaaS. But when you go with the SaaS or PaaS, you will get access to applications. You will get access to applications. If it is a PaaS, you can do the modifications to those applications. Okay, you can do the modifications. Oracle is providing the applications like payables, receivables, okay, and a few applications we discussed, right? When you talk about finance, so payables application, receivables application, asset application, cash, the same way, you take any example. So different applications, when Oracle is providing, we can modify those. So in the payables application, we want to add one more page. Yes, that is possible in case of PaaS. If you are going to subscribe SaaS, no, you cannot add new page in the payables or receivables in any application. And again, in the payables application, you want to modify some existing page. Yes, that is possible. Or else altogether you want to create new application. That is possible in the PaaS. So that means creating something new, always we call it customization. Okay, customization. In case of PaaS, customizations are possible. Okay, you can do the customization. Customization, yes. What kind of customization? Some pages and all. When you talk about pages, that is related to features of the applications. Okay, you can create some new functionalities, new features. If you are a PaaS customer, if you take PaaS subscription, you can do the modifications to existing product as per your business. If you are a SaaS customer, okay, customizations are not allowed. Customizations are not allowed if you are a SaaS customer. You cannot create new page if you are a SaaS customer, but if you are a PaaS customer, yes, you can do it. And when you talk about reports, okay, you can do the reports customization. Okay, reports customizations you can do. Reports for what purpose? To view the data. Okay, so with the reports, what we can do, we can view the data. How you want to view the data, which data you want to view, accordingly you can create the new reports. That is possible in SaaS as well as PaaS also. Okay, you are not disturbing the product. Whatever Oracle is providing, the standard product you are not disturbing. Okay, so in case of SaaS, whatever the standard product you are getting from Oracle, that you cannot modify. No customization is possible. But if you are a PaaS customer, yes, you can modify. Reports, it could be SaaS or PaaS. You will be able to create the new report with the help of technical team. And so what Oracle is doing is to do some enhancements to existing functionality. They may add some additional functionality or they may release some new features and all. For that reason, with certain time intervals, they come up with the new releases. Okay, new releases. Say today we are standing on release 13. Release 13. Say after 1 year or 2 years, Oracle may come up with new release. Maybe they may move to release 14. There won't be any huge changes, but they may add something else. Whatever the subscription you are taking, if that is a SaaS, your environment will get upgraded to the latest release automatically. If you are using release 13, if Oracle is going to come up with release 14, so if you are a SaaS client, your environment can be upgraded automatically. It means that you can say auto upgrade. In case of SaaS, your applications environment, what are the applications you are using that can be upgraded automatically. How automatically upgrade will takes place? Because you are not doing customizations. You are using the standard product what Oracle is providing. Okay. The standard product what Oracle is providing, you are using as it is, so that auto upgrade is possible. Oracle can convert those applications easily from the previous version to latest version. If you are a past customer, auto upgrade is not possible because you are doing the customizations. You are doing some changes. Whatever the changes you are doing, all Oracle cannot take into consideration to upgrade to latest. That is the reason that need to be done through manual process only. The upgrade should be done through manual process. Oracle is not going to help you to upgrade. Okay. If there are any customizations, if the environment is PaaS environment. So here you can say auto upgrade not possible. Here when you talk about auto upgrade, you can say yes, auto upgrade is possible. And it could be SaaS or PaaS. We no need to have a DBs and all. Any DB activities can be supported by Oracle only. So primarily these are the points you have to understand. Okay. So these are the 3 different subscriptions. Okay. Different subscriptions are available from Oracle. SaaS, PaaS and IaaS. If you subscribe the SaaS subscription, you will get access to application. Which applications you need access, for how many users, okay, what is the time frame, as per the parameters, you will get the subscription and you can start using these applications. And if you want to do any changes to existing application, not possible, but reports you can customize and the environment can be upgraded to latest version, latest releases whenever Oracle will come up with a new release. And one more point is, say for example, you are using Fusion Financials, let's say Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials. Within Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials, say you have one of the application called as tables. Now client is going to use some other application called as ABC. Okay. So if the client wants to connect this ABC application to the payables application, fine. Is connecting this ABC applications to payables application. They want to connect. They want to move the data from ABC application to payables application. So payable is from Oracle. Okay. They're using Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials application. The payable application is Oracle related application. The ABC application say belongs to some different vendor. It is not from Oracle. That means this ABC application we call as third party application. If the ABC application also from Oracle company, that you can say Oracle product only. This is not Oracle product. This is some other company product. So you want to use that product also. Again, the product you want to connect to payables application. So now this you call as third party application. If you want to connect third party application with your payables or receivables or cash application or asset application, it could be any application, purchasing application or sales application, we have to establish the connectivity. We have to establish the connectivity. So this we call as integration. Okay. Connecting one application with another application we call as integration. By default, for all Oracle related applications, Oracle is providing the integration. They are connecting all applications, which as per business process, which department need communication with another department. Accordingly, they are connecting one application with another application. Okay, they are connecting one application with another application. The applications which you are getting from Oracle side. If you are going to get any applications other than, okay, other than, I mean, simply you can say like, you say you are taking financials, SCM, HCM applications from Oracle only. So these all applications are well connected as per business process, how the real business takes place, how the communication takes place across those departments. As per those communication requirements, how it takes place reality in the business, those applications are connected accordingly. So you are going to use financial, supply chain management, human capital management applications from Oracle, but you are going to use the PPM applications from some other company, other client. You took some PPM product from other vendor. Now, if you want to establish the connectivity with our Oracle Fusion applications, you have to do the integration. If you are going to take PPM applications also from Oracle, you can see the connectivity. The PPM applications need to be connected with which applications? Finance. Already you can see that integration. The PPM applications need to be connected as per business process with SCM applications. You can see that connectivity that we call as integrations. Okay. So within the Oracle related applications, you don't need to establish any connectivity. Wherever it is required, Oracle already connected and they are providing. If you are going to use other than Oracle related applications, those applications as per your business process requirements, you have to connect. The connectivity we call as integrations. Connecting one applications with another application, we call as integration. By default, Oracle is providing inbuilt integrations. Okay, inbuilt integrations. When you take the subscription, what are the applications access you get, those all you can see as a connected. That we call it inbuilt integration. But if you are going to use some third-party applications, which is not Oracle product, those applications, if you want to connect with any Oracle related applications, you have to establish the connectivity that we are calling as integrations. The integrations are possible. It could be SaaS or PaaS. The integrations are possible. Okay, so integrations are possible. If you are a SaaS customer, we don't need to worry about it. Any third-party applications, we can connect with the Fusion application. A Fusion application can be any application. It can be payables, receivables, HR application, or payroll application, or purchasing application, sales application, or inventory application. Take any application. Yes, the SaaS or PaaS subscriptions will allow us to do the integrations. So these are the points we have to understand. Now, most of the clients are going with SaaS subscription only. Okay, most of the clients are going with SaaS subscription. A few clients are going with the PaaS, wherever their business process is very much complex. Accordingly, they want to do some changes to existing product. For that, they have to do the customizations. Okay, when their business process is simple and very standard business process, they can go with the SaaS. If their business process is a little complex and whatever the product Oracle is providing, if that is not going to meet their business requirements 100%, if anything need to be modified as per their business process, definitely they need option called as a customization option. The customization option is available only in the PaaS. So that is the reason whose business process need to be customized. Those clients are going with the PaaS and most of the clients are going with the SaaS. When you talk about IaaS, it is space only. Okay, you can get access to certain space. You can buy the space. Within that, you can just install any applications or you can store some data for any purpose you can use. When you get IaaS subscription from Oracle, you don't get any Fusion applications within that. So these are the points we have to understand. Any questions here, please? Any questions, please?
Lakshman,
Yeah.
the question relates to auto upgrade. In case of SaaS cloud, yes, it's possible. But in case of premises, there is no server cloud. So if it is implementing on premises, is it possible auto upgrade?
Auto upgrade is not possible. See, when we talk about auto upgrade here, you can inform to Oracle today. You can raise SR, service request, saying that please upgrade our environment to latest release. Then initially Oracle will upgrade and they'll ask you to test what is the name and all, we'll discuss later. Or I'll simply let me give you a simple point. When we get into the details, we'll discuss about those. So you can inform to Oracle today, by tomorrow your environment will be upgraded to latest release. When we talk about on-premise, here for auto upgrades, Oracle is not going to help you. You should deploy the team. Okay, you should deploy the team and to upgrade your environment. And one more point, if you are going to have an on-premise solution, your own servers and license, installation, DBAs, and it would be similar to PaaS. Okay, here you can do any customizations, you can do any integrations. But in SaaS, you cannot do any customizations. In PaaS or on your own server, you can do any customizations. But when it comes to upgrade, these two are similar. You have to go with a manual upgrade process, which may take 2 months or 3 months time also. Okay, you have to deploy the team, and that is a separate course of activities we have to do. You have to take care of all the customizations when we are going to upgrade to latest. The upgradation process will impact on which functionalities are enhanced and which new functionalities are introduced, and many things we have to take care. For that you have to do as a separate project also. You can say upgrade project. If you are a PaaS customer or if you are an on-premise customer where you have your own servers, the upgrade is a separate project activity. You have to do as a separate project. If you are a SaaS customer, inform to Oracle today, by tomorrow your environment will be upgraded to latest release. So this is the point we have to understand. Any other questions here, please?
Yeah, one more quick question, Lakshman.
Yeah.
Thanks for that information. As you said, like in case of PaaS, that other than business process, standard process, we need to take a call. Who is the stakeholder to decide whether to go for PaaS or SaaS?
Okay. See, if we are going to work on the project, means before that, our company sales team and pre-sales team will contact the client. They'll talk to the client, they'll look into the business. Okay, they understand the detailed business process and they'll take the decision. They'll suggest to the client, okay, what are the business process you have that 100% will fit into Fusion applications. If they says, that means that is going to be SaaS only. What are the process you are following as per your business, 80% or 70% or 90% exactly will fit into the Fusion applications. The rest of 10% or 20% can be customized. If this is a statement, the client will choose PaaS. So that means the sales and pre-sales teams will give the suggestion to the client. Okay. Okay, more like pre-sales team, you can say. Pre-sales team. When they win this, they'll look into the business and they'll give the presentations about this product, and they will suggest to the client whether they have to go with a SaaS or PaaS subscriptions. They'll suggest, then client will take the decision, client will take the subscription. Once client will take the subscription, as a consultant will come into the picture. Prior to that, taking the decision what they have to choose SaaS or PaaS and all, that is not our job. Once the SaaS or PaaS, once they take the decision, once the environment is ready, we'll start working on the project. Okay. Our sales and pre-sales teams can discuss with the client and they'll finalize the decision whether they have to go with the SaaS or PaaS. So this is a point we have to consider. So the client team and sales and pre-sales teams, you can consider as the decision-making team, the stakeholders.
One question. So,
Yeah, please.
before we plan for SaaS PaaS, okay, is there any dependency on it is single tenant or multi-tenant?
I'll talk about it in the next. I'm talking about the same point. Okay, one or multiple, and how many Oracle provides, and what purposes we can use, and if you need additional, how to get it. The same point I'm going to talk about it maybe after 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll answer that. Yeah. Any other questions?
What is the difference of connecting Oracle Fusion application with another Oracle standalone Fusion modules? So for example, financial consolidation and close can be one of the standalone module. And if you want to connect the Oracle, Fusion applications to a third-party system, what's the difference in the integration process?
No. If you want to connect one Fusion applications to another Fusion applications, already Oracle is providing the standard solution. Okay. So those you can call as, if those are, say, some two different products, from Oracle, if you want to connect, they are providing inbuilt connectors. Simply Oracle will apply some patch and those will get connected. Simple task. If you are going to connect with some third-party application, that technical people should come into the picture. Okay, we have a different options. We have web services, ICS, integrated cloud services, and different options we have. What purpose we are connecting, what is the data we are going to move from one to other instance, what is the frequency, whether that data flow should happen online or offline or batch process. By considering all these points, they'll take the decision what option they have to use for that connectivity, for that integration. The technical team will decide based on the various parameters. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Quick, one more question.
Please.
I heard that the Hyperion is already kind of integrated with
Exactly.
Fusion application as a standard product, not as a standalone product. So in my organization, we have Hyperion as a Fusion module as a standalone product currently.
Then you have to connect with HFM. Through HFM, you have to do the mapping. Then you can establish the connectivity and all. In EBS, in Fusion, no HFM and all. Through HFM, whatever the mapping you do and all, already Oracle did, that is inbuilt. Now directly you can go to financial reporting center and you can pull the data, you can generate the reports, whatever data is available in their space. Okay, here it is completely inbuilt solution. We are going to work on that Hyperion reporting also. That is one of the reporting tool we are using in the Fusion applications, which they added into the finance applications.
Yeah, my question is slightly different. It says, can we deprecate the existing existing Hyperion Fusion modules or the system that we have? And once we have the Oracle Fusion applications, we start using the Hyperion, which is inbuilt with the Fusion application rather than paying the separate subscription price.
No, because since already here Oracle is providing, by default not possible. By contacting Oracle, they can help you again that to get into the different track. By default, no. Okay.
Okay.
By default, it is not possible because how you did to HFM, the mapping and all, how the standard mapping Oracle is providing, that is totally different, right? The dimensions, what you are using,
correct,
existing client, and the fixed dimensions, what Oracle is providing in case of Fusion, totally different.
Got it. But what you are saying is the Fusion application, financial Fusion, it use a subset for functionality of Hyperion to do the reporting.
Yes.
Okay.
Here, what Oracle it is, the data which is available in the general ledger application, they are moving to Essbase. Once data is available in the Essbase and the multi-dimensional cubes, they are giving the option to generate the reports.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Any other questions? Please.
Yes, Mr. Lakshman.
Yeah.
Regarding this CHAS and PAS, there is one server or separate server, I mean?
Yes, separate. You will get separate. Okay.
So each one, they have the own server. I mean,
different virtual servers you will get. Say you are a SaaS customer. You will get SaaS-based virtual server. You are a PaaS client. You will get separate server. Okay,
All right. All right.
these are separate. However, the subscription, the options are different. Whatever you are choosing, accordingly, they'll give the different servers.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions here, please? No. Okay, fine. Now, say for example, you took the decision to go with the SaaS subscription. Now you have to get access to that application environment. Okay, you have to get the access to application environment. The application environment, what we get, that we call as instance. Okay, the environment we call as instance. The environment we call as instance. What does it mean by instance? The English term meaning. It is nothing but replica or copy. Yes, Oracle is going to provide the copy of the product for us. Whatever the product they develop and which is available with them, for our company purpose, they are making a copy. That is the reason that complete the product environment we call as a instance. Or you can call, in case of cloud, this you can call as pod also, like iPod, lightweight. Okay, pod. You can call as instance or you can call as a pod. Both are same, just you can call with any name. So when you talk about instance, what does it mean by instance? The complete environment. Okay, the complete environment. If it is a cloud, the virtual server environment. Within that, what you can have? You can have applications inside. Okay, within this, you can have a applications like, you can have a tables application, you can have a receivables application, you can have a assets application. This is all the applications. For which applications you are taking the subscription, all the applications you can have within this instance, and you within the same instance you can have a database. Okay, you'll have a database here to store the data related to the applications. You know, when you talk about applications, there will be database, there will be pages, there will be reports. Already we discussed. Okay. So instance means the applications environment where we have our applications. That environment we are calling as instance, or you can call it as a pod. When you take the SaaS or PaaS subscription from Oracle, how many instances we can get? So by default, you will get access to 2 instances. Okay, by default, you will get access to 2 instances. You'll get access to 2 instances. So when you get access to instance from Oracle, those instances level you can see no data. Okay, without any data, we get these instances. So that means empty instances, blank instances. There will be applications within that, but there won't be any data. If you take example of payables, within that you don't find any supplier, you don't find any invoices, you don't find any payments data. Okay. So that by default, we get 2 instances from Oracle. When you take any subscription, it can be SaaS or PaaS, we get by default 2 instances. So based on what purpose we use these instances, we provide the name. Okay, one instance we use for testing purpose. That is the reason that instance we call as test instance. The other instance we use for reality, to record the real-time business transactions by company. So that we call as production instance. Okay, that we call as production instance. In short, we can call it as prod. You can call it as a production instance or call it as a prod instance as a short name. Test instance and a production instance. These 2 instances we get from Oracle. When you get these 2 instances as a part of implementation, first we will use test instance only. Within this, okay, as per client business, the payables, within the payables, are we able to create the suppliers or not? Are we able to create invoices or not? Are we able to create payments? And the reports are working properly or not? And the same we will show to the client also. Okay. So whatever they are expecting, how that can be done by using this Fusion applications, everything will give the presentation to the client about these applications, which we are going to implement. And we will verify each and every functionality, each and every features in payables, receivables, assets. What are the other applications we are going to implement? We set up those applications. After setting up that, we can create the transactions. After during the transaction creation, we'll make sure that everything is working fine as per client business requirement. So the functionality, the features are available, and if any changes required by the client, will take into consideration and will work accordingly. So ultimately, the complete business process which we are going to implement for the client need to be tested in the test instance. Once everything is working fine in this instance, then we can set up this production instance. And we don't create any transaction in this production instance. We do the setups. We'll keep this instance ready for the client. Then client will start recording the real-time business transactions. Okay, the invoices, payments, what really they are doing the business, that they'll start recording. So this would be the real instance. So directly we never go to this, the final and real instance. First, everything need to be verified in this instance. For the verification purpose, we use this instance that we call as a test instance. So if you are a SaaS customer, okay, you are not going to do any customizations, no issues. Even if you want to do a report customizations, yes, you can do that. Report customizations you can do. If everything is working fine, the same report you can move from this instance to this instance also. The same setups to implement, okay, what are the setups we do within this test instance? Okay, the same setups we can move from this instance to this instance also. That is a separate concept we will discuss and we'll work on it. But what are the setups we are doing in this instance? Say I want to use payables, receivables, and asset applications. We have to set up those. We have to arrange those so that those applications will allow us to record the transactions. So that we call as a setups, or you can call as a configuration. Okay, you can use any terminology. Okay, so if you want to create invoice in the payables, we need supplier. We have to create the supplier, and we have to set some other information also, so that in payables you can record the transactions. Okay, keeping these applications ready to use, that we call as setup or configuration. Once setups are done in this instance, we can record the transactions and we can test it. So once everything is fine, what are the setups we did in this test instance? If you want to move these setups from here to here, yes, that is possible. Okay, we never move the data from here to here because this is the real instance. The real instance also we need same setups. The setups we can move from here to here, but we don't move the data. The data need to be created by the client team. Okay, we are going to use this instance. They'll start using this instance. That means they'll start creating the business transactions with this instance. If you are a SaaS customer, okay, you are not doing any customizations. If you are a PaaS customer, you are going to do the customizations. Yes, same test instance you can use to do the developments. The customizations you can call as the developments also. Okay, so customizations are developments, both are same. So you are developing something, you are creating something that we are calling as customizations. In test instance also, you can do the customizations. You can do the customizations and you can test those. If everything working fine, the same customizations you can move to production instance. Or else, if you think you have many customizations, you can take one more instance from Oracle. For that, you have to pay additional amount. Okay, that they'll charge for that separately. Okay, as a part of product subscription, it could be SaaS or PaaS. By default, you get two instances. One instance we use for testing purpose. That is the reason we are calling it as a test instance. Other instance we use for the real-time transaction entry purpose, that we are calling as a production or prod instance. And if you are going to do huge customizations, many customizations, it's always recommendable to have a separate instance. Otherwise, if you are going to do the customizations within this instance, it may disturb our testing scenarios or the product functionalities what we have to test based on the standard product. If few customizations, yes, you can use a test instance for customizations purpose also. If you have many customizations, always Oracle is recommending to go for separate instance. Okay, separate instance. The purpose of that instance is to do the customizations, to do certain developments. Okay, so you can have a separate instance. That instance you can call as development instance. So for this, you have to pay separately. Okay, so Oracle will charge for this. If you need one more instance, by default you get 2 instances. More than 2, if you need 2 more or 3 more, definitely you have to pay for it. This instance we can call as, okay, development instance.
Yeah, Lakshman, real quick. I believe this development instance is a case only in case of PaaS.
Sorry?
Have you seen the examples where somebody is having SaaS subscription and they are going for a development instance?
See, it doesn't work in case of SaaS. You don't have any scope of doing the development. What is the use of having one more instance for a development purpose? Right? If you are a PaaS customer, then only you can develop something and you can use something. Okay. Say you have one instance, you are developing something. If you are a SaaS customer, first of all, they don't give you the instance which will allow you to do the developments. Only in the PaaS instances only, the PaaS subscription only, you will have a provision of doing the developments, customizations. If you have access to SaaS, it won't allow you to go to those pages where you can do these customizations.
Got it.
That's how it works.
And does Oracle have access to this test instance and production instance of your organization for the purpose of, say, data fix or something like that?
No. See, this all will be controlled by Oracle only. Okay, this all will be deployed in Oracle servers only. But when we are interacting with Oracle, if you have some issue with any instance, with any data related issues or any issues, then Oracle will touch these instances. Otherwise, they won't have any interest to look into these instances.
Correct. But can Oracle apply data fix directly in the test instance?
Yes, exactly. But there should be communication. You have to write SR. Okay, there should be communication. Then they will ask, definitely, they will ask which instance you are referring. We will give the instance URL and they'll take the action on that.
Sure. So in a typical service request where assume there is a data corruption, we raise a service request and Oracle is going to provide a kind of a data fix. They apply it on test instance themselves and ask us to test the issue probably.
If everything is fine, then they move to production. Yeah.
And the movement of data fix to production also is controlled by Oracle itself.
Correct. Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah. Now see, no DB activity we are going to do when we are as cloud customers. Okay, no, we don't need DB in our team. We need primarily functional consultants, if required technical. No DBS. Oracle is maintaining the cloud DBA team. If any patch application or any sort of maintenance activities to the instance, everything will be taken care by Oracle Cloud DBA team only.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, fine. Thanks. So this is what we have to understand. Okay, if the subscription is PaaS subscription, and if you think you are going to do many customizations, not we, technical people will do the customizations. As a functional consultant, we don't do customizations. As per project, there are many customizations. Okay, in that case, instead of using the test instance for development purpose or customization purpose, we can get another instance. That instance we call as a development instance. In short, you can say dev instance. So this is the landscape of the instances in case of Fusion. By default, we get 2 instances. One we use for the purpose of testing, so that we call as a test instance. Other one we use for the purpose of production instance to maintain, to record the real-time business transactions data. That is the reason that we call as production. If your subscription is PaaS subscription, you can use test instance itself for customizations purpose. if you think you have many customizations, it's always recommendable to have another instance to do only developments that we call as a development instance. So this is what we have to understand. Any questions here, please?
Yes, Lakshman. Lakshman, regarding the position of this production instance, assume there is a regulatory requirement to have the data within the same country or within the same region. Do we have option to choose it? So, for example, I want to have my Fusion instance to be physically hosted in one of the data center within India.
See, it would be available wherever you require, because with the help of their data centers, okay, with the help of their data centers, it would be available in that respective country where you are operating the business.
No, I'm not asking
Sometimes,
sorry, I'm not asking about the access of the instance. The access will be available throughout the
access
world.
not. I'm not talking about access.
Physical
the instance availability. That is a virtual
Okay.
servers. You cannot fix that location. You cannot fix it to specific location. If it is a physical, as you mentioned, that is possible. Okay. This is a virtual. Okay. It would be everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be everywhere.
Sure.
So that's how the servers are maintained. Yeah.
Sure, Lakshman, if you don't mind, my understanding is in cloud environment, you have, let's say, take example of Oracle or Amazon. They have their data center region wise, and then you can choose into which region your cloud application should be hosted or your virtual server should be hosted for two purposes. One is the latency. The second purpose could be there is a regulatory requirement. So, for example,
Yes.
in Middle Eastern, there is some regulatory requirement that you want to keep the
Yes,
data.
in some countries we have, in some countries we don't have that. Yes.
But it is possible technically. It's
Yeah, possible. Okay, you can see like you can by default you will get it. See from where, or else you can talk to Oracle and they will just facilitate this deployment in the only the limited or specific data centers where you exactly you want to deploy this virtually. Yeah, that is possible.
And does Oracle have access to the data of our instance also, or only the instance for the purpose of
Entire instance they will have access. That means definitely data also.
for data also? Okay.
Yeah, see the entire instance is deployed in their servers, right? Everything will be controlled by Oracle only.
Okay.
We are not going to have anything in our hand. Just we will have access.
No, can they see our data?
Yeah, they can see if they want to see.
Okay, got it.
Possible. Yeah. Any other questions here, please?
Lakshman, whatever the configurations we made on test environment, will that be auto copy to the develop instance, or should we redo again?
Yeah, you can copy. What are the setups or configurations you have in the test instance, that easily you can move to development instance, or if you want to move to production, possible. That is a very simple process. In our classes also, I'll take you through that, how we can copy and we can move the data. One is we can do, other option is even we can request Oracle DBA team to do that kind of copying the only setups or only setups and the transactional data. But for us, they are giving the option to copy the configuration data, not transactions data.
Okay,
We have a concept called as configuration packages. Okay. Configuration package. By using the configuration package concept, you can move the setups or configuration from one to other instance. I included that as a part of course curriculum. I included. So I'll take you through the sessions. Fine. Any other questions here, please? So no questions. Now, one more point here is, so this we are calling as test instance, this we are calling as production based on the purpose. Remember what purpose we are going to use with that purpose, we are calling as a test, production under development instance. So apart from that, we come across with the instance called as vision instance. Okay. Vision instance. Okay, what does it mean by vision instance? What Oracle is doing is, Oracle is providing instances for the training purpose. Okay, Oracle is providing the instances for training purpose. When they are providing the instances for training purpose, within that, they are providing the sample data. So for example, if you go to payables, you will find sample data like suppliers, you can see already which Oracle created. You can see invoices, you can see payments. If you go to receivables application, you can see sales invoices, receipts, and you can see bank accounts. If you go to assets application, you can see assets. So in each and every application, you can see the sample data. Okay, you can see the sample data. So when we are going to test something, we use some company name, right? When you do the implementation for which company we are implementing, we can use that company name. So maybe ABC company or XYZ company. Reality, what is the name? Accordingly, we can use it. In the same way, what Oracle did is the instances what they are providing for practice purpose or training purpose. Within that sample data, what they are providing for the sample data, they are using the company name called as a vision. Company name is vision. They are providing the training instances with the sample data called as vision. They took the example as a company as a vision. That is the reason in which instance you have vision company related sample data, that instance you call as a vision instance. What is the difference between the above three instances and this vision instance? Within these instances, you don't find any sample data. Once you decide to use this instance for testing purpose, yes, you can start doing the setups and you can start creating the sample data. But once you get from Oracle, the moment you get these instances from Oracle, these all will be with the same profile. That means no sample data you can find in these instances. For what purpose you want to use, you can start using those with those respective purposes. But when you talk about vision instance, the vision instance, you can find the sample data. Why we are calling as vision? For the sample data, what they are providing in the instance, they use a company name called as a vision. So this is the instance ideally we can use for training or practice purpose. Any questions on this, please? The difference between these instance and the vision, here no sample data we get from Oracle. So this instance will get with the sample data only. If you want to refer to understand how something can be created, so this will help. Yeah.
Lakshman, how to get access to this vision instance outside this training parameters? Say, for example, if somebody just want to practice after 6 months, how to get access to this instance?
Yeah, we'll share the instance credentials. Okay, the instance URL and the username and password. So you can connect to this instance and you can start working on it, testing, doing the setups, creating the transaction and all. So by default, Oracle is not providing any vision instance or any other instances for training purpose outside.
Okay, got it.
That's
But like suppose if we have any support identifier for cloud, then can we get the access or?
So sorry, can you repeat your question?
Suppose if you have a support identifier for a cloud platform, so then in that case, do we get the access of the business environment or not?
Support.
Yeah, means SID is required now for any this thing license like.
No, it's not clear what test you are talking about it. See, if you are a client, if you are a Oracle client, you don't get access to vision instance. That is the first point. Okay. If you are a consulting company,
correct,
yes, you get vision instance access from Oracle. Okay. Now take example, Wipro, IBM, Infosys. These all are consulting partners to Oracle, right? They all get access to vision instance. When they are going to work for their clients will take the subscription from Oracle and these, I mean, the consultants can get access to these instances,
Okay.
right? So this is how it works. Now, what is your question?
Yeah, that's the only question. Yeah, you answered.
Okay. Any other questions here, please? Fine. Now, another point is, when we get access, say you are working for a project, say your client is going with a SaaS subscription, they'll get access to these two instances details client will share with our client, the Oracle will share with our client, and when you're working as a consultant, we'll get access to these instances. By default, Oracle will create a user and they will provide the access. Okay. So if somebody is from the EBS background, you know, like there will be some default username and password, but in the Fusion, there is no default user and password. So for every instance, they will set the password. They'll create one user and they'll set the password. So if you have access to that, then only you can access the instance. Okay, we should not expect some default user and password in case of cloud. That is not applicable. So when you get access to the instance, the first step is we have to create our own user. Okay, we have to create our own user. The user, whatever you create in any instance, that user we called as implementation user. Okay, when you get access to any instance, we get user credentials. With that, you can log into the instance and we have to create our own user. Okay, the user what we create that we call as implementation user. Okay, you may create the implementation user with the name called as ERPTREE. Okay, fine. When you create new user, when you create implementation user, to allow that user to work as an implementation consultant, okay, the implementation consultant need access to the entire application environment, the instance environment with respect to functional. Technical aspects, we don't need access. As if you are working as a financial functional consultant or a CM functional or HCM or PPM, you can take any name, okay, any like finance or SCM, HCM. We need access to the entire instance with respect to functional area. So to give the access to the entire instance, full privileges, the user required access to certain roles. In Fusion applications, you can provision the access to any user through roles concept. Okay, roles we have to associate. So if you want to work as a consultant, and if you want to do setups, and if you want to test the different business scenarios or business processes, what roles access you require? Okay. So very primarily, you need access to two roles. Those are application implementation consultant role. Other role is IT security manager. Okay, if you have access to any instance, make sure that these two roles are associated with this user. If you don't have access to these two roles, you cannot work as a consultant. That means you don't find any full privileges once you connect to the instance with any user. So this is the first point. When you get access to any instance, create your own user and assign these two roles to this user. These two roles you have to assign to your user so that you can work as a consultant. So very high level, I'll take you through. If you assign application implementation consultant role to your user, what sort of access this user can get within the instance environment? If you assign application implementation consultant role to ERPTREE user, the ERPTREE user will be able to perform the setups or call it as configuration. Okay. That means application implementation consultant role will allow the users to perform the setups or say configuration. And what is the use of IT security manager? Okay, IT security manager role will give kind of admin kind of access. Okay, admin access. Here primarily, there are many other points also later we'll discuss. For now, you can say, so with the help of IT security manager, you can create users and you can assign roles and customizations and all you can do that. We will see directly in the instance. Now, if you discuss, which is unknown for us, it will create some confusion to us. So application implementation consultant role, we have to assign to the user so that that user can perform the setups. Okay, that user can perform the setups. It could be payable related setups or receivable related setups or asset related or purchasing or sales. You take any application related setups can be performed by the user if the user will have access to application implementation consultant. If you assign the role called as IT security manager, that user will get admin access. That means that user can create new users, which user required access to which roles, the roles also can be assigned. So this is the point we have to understand. Okay. So implementation user, we have to create in the fresh instance. So when you create user, we have to assign the two roles. With the roles only, we can provision the access to users. Okay, with the help of roles only, we can allow the users to have access to anything within the instance environment. So with the help of application implementation consultant role, you can implement any application. But if you want to record the transactions, again, that application specific roles are required. Say you want to implement payables application, you want to do all the setups, you want to keep payables application ready. What role you require? Application implementation consultant role you require. With the help of this, you can do all the setups which are required for payables to use it. Okay, you complete it. Now you want to create the invoices and you want to process the payments from payables application. Now you have to assign payables roles to the user. Okay, application implementation consultant role will allow you to do the setups only. It won't allow you to perform the transactions. For transaction purpose, we have a roles for all the applications. For any application setups you want to do, any application if you want to implement, we require the role called as application implementation consultant. So this is what we have to understand. Any questions on this point, please? Any questions here, please?
So one question.
Yeah.
Who will create the very first user? Because then only we are able to do the assignment, correct?
Say we have a team of 6 members. So whatever the user credentials our client is getting from Oracle, they may share with our project manager, or else they can share directly to the consultants who are in the team. You can log into the instance and you can create your own user for financials purpose. The SCM consultant can create separate user for SCM implementation purpose. Or else you can create one user, that user can be used by all the consultants who are working for the entire implementation project. Or else if you are not interested to create your own user, whatever the user Oracle is providing, the same user you can use. Okay, so this is what we have to understand. Anyone can create user. Who knows how to create user, they can create it. It is not like something project manager has to create or some DB has to create. No DBS in case of cloud as a part of implementation or support teams. Yeah, please.
Needs to create a user also. Suppose if I want to create my user, correct?
Yeah.
I need to log in.
Correct.
Okay. So by default, I need to use some user credential, correct?
Correct. That Oracle will provide.
Okay. Like sysadmin and all, correct?
Like sysadmin only. Here it is not like sysadmin with the similar privileges. Okay, they'll create one user by assigning these 2 roles. That means full access.
Okay.
You can compare. If you compare, you can say sysadmin. Yes, nothing wrong if you say that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Any questions, please? Fine, no questions. So it will take max 5 minutes time, we'll go and create the user. Okay, we'll create the user and we'll wind up for today. Just 5 minutes. 5. So now we'll go and create user called as ERPTREE, and we'll assign these 2 roles so that we can understand how to create our own user. So when it comes to your practice and all, I'll share one username and I'll share the user credentials. Okay, I'll provide a username and password. With that user, you can connect to the instance and you can follow the same process what we are going to see now to create our own users. Okay, so we'll share user credentials and you can log into the instance and you can create your own user. Now to connect to this instance, I'm going to use one of the existing user. Okay, say I'm going to use the user called as Cloud IMC. Sign in. This is a cloud instance. Okay, this is a cloud instance. This is again SaaS instance. Right. Let's focus on how to create user. Once we start working on the instance, we'll come to know all these what you could see here and somewhere else. Okay, that will come to know slowly. Now you no need to focus on what is this, what is that. Our target is user creation. So log into the instance with the user credentials, whatever would be available with you. Then click on these bars. Okay, this is the navigator icon. You could see bars here. Click on that bars icon. You'll open the navigator. So this is the navigator. Within this navigator, you can find the section called as a tools. Under tools, you can see one task called as security console. Okay, everything we call as a task. Whatever we do, we call as a task. Okay, click on security console. Okay, click on security console. It will take us to one page from where we can create the users. Now you have to select users. You can click on add user account and you can create our own user. Okay, we'll repeat the same. So we'll share one user. With that, you can log into the instance. Okay, by using that user, you can create your own user. So log into this cloud instance. You no need to install any plugins or add-ons, nothing. This instance you can access from any device which is connected to internet. Okay, from your mobile phone also, from your smartphone also, you can connect to this instance. Okay, just you have to hit on that URL. You can connect to this instance from any device. To create a user, what we have to do? We have to click on this navigator icon. Just click on navigator icon. Within this navigator, go to tools section, tools. Under tools, you can find one task called as security console. Click on security console. Okay. Click on security console. Ignore that message. Go to users. Select users. Here you can create the user. Click on add user account. Okay, just click on add user account. So you can provide the last name, username, etc. I'm giving user last name as ERPTREE. You can provide first name, email ID, but these all are optional. So I'm providing the data where the field is mandatory. Here you could see star mark. That means field is mandatory. Okay, the same last name it is taking as a username. Okay, do you need last name as a username? Yes means you can keep as it is, or else you can change the name. Okay, to log into the instance, what username you require. And here you can provide the password and you can confirm the same password. We'll set the password later. First, we'll go and assign those two roles. What roles we have to assign to the user? Application implementation consultant and IT security manager role. So click on add role. Search for the role called as application implementation consultant role. Why we require this role? This role will help us to do any application related configuration. Say application implementation consultant. Let's remove this consultant. Now here you can see, okay, the name is application implementation. I took up to application implementation. Here you can see the different roles. Application implementation consultant, application implementation consultant, and application implementation manager, application implementation manager. This is how you can find different roles. Application implementation administrator. We have many roles related to application implementation. You have to select application implementation consultant role only. If you assign application implementation consultant role, you will get access to all the setups. If you assign application implementation administrator or application implementation manager, you will have access to limited setups only. So always assign application implementation consultant. Okay, 2 copies are available. You can choose any copy, no issues. Okay, how these two are different? Just with the role code. This is the role name. Application implementation consultant is the role name. How these you can find these two are different. For one role, the code is starting with ASM. For other one, it is starting with ORA. You can select any one of the role here. No issues. Anyone you can select. Okay, both are same. Both will have equivalent privileges. You can select. Why they given two, you will discuss. We have a one session called as customizations, roles customization. In that session, we will discuss and we'll see the proof also. Now, anyone you can select. Anyone means application implementation consultant and application implementation consultant. Role codes are starting. One is with ORE, other one is with ASM. Anyone you can select. I'm selecting this role. Application implementation consultant role. Just select application implementation consultant role. This role we have to assign to our user. So this is a role, application implementation consultant. Here it is showing application implementation consultant copy. Somebody copied this role, that you can ignore it. So this is the role which Oracle is providing. The role which Oracle is providing that we call as seeded role. Okay, that we call as seeded role. What are the roles Oracle is providing? Those we call as seeded roles. Or you can say Oracle delivered roles. Okay. So select application implementation consultant, click on add role membership. Click on add role membership so that this role will be assigned to the user. The background you can see is assigned. Application implementation consultant. And we have to assign one more role, right? That is IT security manager role. So here search for IT security manager role. Okay, just search for the role called as IT security manager. This IT security manager role also seeded role. Oracle is providing this role. Okay, we can create our own roles, how to create, what purpose we have to create. Those all we'll discuss. That is separate session. We'll have one session on that. Here also you can see IT security manager 2 copies where role codes are different. It is starting with FND and it is starting with ORA FND. You can select any one of the role. Both are same. Select one. Select IT security manager role. So this role we have to assign to user. This role also we call as seeded role. Okay, seeded role. Seeded role means the roles which Oracle is providing, those we call as seeded roles. Not only roles, anything Oracle is providing related to data, that we call as seeded data. Okay, so seeded data, will come to know the other points also related to seeded. As of now, just remember these two roles are provided by Oracle. So these 2 roles we call as seeded roles. Seeded roles nothing but Oracle provided roles or Oracle delivered roles. So select this role, IT security manager role. Okay, select IT security manager role. So by clicking on add role membership, you can assign. If you assign this IT security manager role to this user, what is the advantage? So this ERPTREE user can create the users because of this IT security manager role. Now just think on the same point. Now from the current user, we are able to create the user. We connected to the instance as a cloud INC. From that user, we are creating the new user called as ERPTREE. That means this cloud INC user got access to IT security manager role. That is the reason we are able to create new users from this cloud INC user. Okay. So now this you can assign. Select and say add role membership, nothing but assign. Okay, just click on add role membership. The background you can see the role is assigned. Now say done. Just click on done. So this is how you can assign different roles, but when you create user for the implementation purpose, initially we have to assign these two roles only. What are the other roles we have to assign, why we have to assign, exactly when we have to assign, we will discuss those points later. When you create your own user, create user by assigning these two roles. Now here we have to set the password for this user, ERPTREE user. So just place the cursor on that, the help icon. It says a password policy is very simple, at least 8 characters, and there should be one number. Okay, set the password. Okay, enter password and confirm the same. Now just click on save and close. Just click on save and close. Now our user will be ready. You can log into this instance with our own user, and because of this application implementation consultant role, you'll be able to perform the setups. The setups can belong to any application. You will get access to all the applications, any application related setups you can do. With the help of IT security manager role, you can have access to user creation and do roles assignment. Now from cloud INC user, we connected to the instance. With that user, we created a user and we assign the roles, right? These two roles we assign to the user called as ERPTREE. Right? So this is what we have to understand. Okay, fine, done. Rest we'll see in the tomorrow session. Okay, so we created a user. Now you can sign out from this user and we can connect to the instance with our new user, whatever we created. So username is ERPTREE, provide password, sign in.
Let's say meantime, can multiple users connect to the same user from different locations?
Sorry?
Multiple people can connect to the same user credential from multiple locations.
Yes, yes, possible. It will work. So now we connected to this instance as a ERPTREE user. Okay, the next session we'll see. Okay, this user will see the proof whether this user is able to do the setups, and again user creation and do roles assignment, etc. We'll go through and we'll discuss some other relevant points also. We will proceed accordingly. So we're done for today. If you have any questions, you can stay back or else you may drop from the meeting. Thank you all. See you tomorrow, same time. Any questions from anyone, please? Any questions, please?
So Lakshman sir, this is Shaji. So one question.
Yeah.
So if we have let's say in a company we have 20 integrations.
Yeah.
So do we need to buy a PaaS or a SaaS solution for that? Means
See,
which instance we should buy?
no. Based on integrations, you are not going to decide which instance you need.
Okay.
Based on integrations, you are not going to decide. So based on whether you need customizations or not, you have to decide which instance, which subscription is required. You want to do some customizations as per your business certain functionalities need to be modified or new functionalities need to be created in the Fusion applications, go for PaaS. Okay, you want to do 10 integrations or 100 integrations, both will support. SaaS will support for one or multiple integrations. The same way PaaS also will support. Okay.
So the key differentiator is the customization, right?
Customization, yeah. Based on you want to do customizations, you should go with the PaaS only. You don't want to do customizations, by default, you can go with the SaaS. That's all.
Okay. So is this PaaS license is expensive compared to SaaS?
Yeah, compared to SaaS, it is little expensive because they will provide additional platform. Okay, they'll provide the platform which will allow you to do the customizations. You can do the customize, you can create something and you can deploy. Okay, for that reason, they'll charge comparatively SaaS and PaaS little more.
Okay, got it.
And somebody posted one question, how can we understand by seeing the instance whether SaaS or PaaS? So by default, by looking at that instance URL, you cannot find. In some instances, if you want, they can include the name called as whether that is SaaS or PaaS. You can talk to Oracle, how you need instance URL. You can tell them if if it is a SaaS, you can ask them to include the name within this URL. Here you can see up to here oracledemos.com is our instance URL. Okay, within this you can ask Oracle to include the instances SaaS or PaaS, but by default, what are the URLs they provide that doesn't talks about that is SaaS or PaaS. Seeing you cannot understand. By seeing the instance URL you cannot understand. You can talk to Oracle. They can help you by including that term called as SaaS or PaaS as per your subscription. Any other questions, please?
Yeah. Is it possible to, I'm not sure, what is the minimum number of subscription that we can start with this Oracle Fusion? Can we start with say 3?
Minimum?
So what are the minimum number of subscription that can be used to start the subscription?
No, that totally depends on which applications you are choosing. Applications wise, we have some minimum user count.
Okay.
Okay.
So for example, when you say application like within the financials, you are talking about AP, AR, GL like that, or you are talking about financials and SCM and then human capital management like that?
No, like for overall financials, they are giving one count. And if you want to use the application called as Fusion Expense, for that separate application, they are giving separate head count, user count.
Got it.
Okay.
So
for
for financial alone, do you count GL, AP, AR, cash management, fixed assets?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what is by any chance, what is the minimum number of subscription that
you can see the detailed information like cloud subscription. You can search in the Google from Oracle website itself. We have a complete information, including the charges also they are providing. Okay. How much they are providing for which applications, where separately source application headcount is considered, in which for which applications commonly headcount can be considered. Everything they are giving. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, Mr. Lakshman.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Lakshman, I have one question for SaaS and PaaS. If we can change in future to one server to another server, is possible or?
No. See, one point here. You can switch from SaaS to PaaS. Switching from SaaS to PaaS is nothing but here, as a SaaS customer, you cannot perform the customizations. That means Oracle is not giving the privilege. They are not giving the access to customization environment. If you want to switch from SaaS to PaaS, they will give you the access to customizations, then you will become PaaS customer. Okay, they are not going to change the URLs. They are not going to change the servers. Additional privilege they are going to give you, that's all.
Oh, okay, that's great. Okay, thank you.
If you want to just switch from PaaS to SaaS, that is challenging, right? You just, as a PaaS customer, you might have done many customizations. Accordingly, data might have processed with respect to transactions or anything. Again, you want to roll back. It is challenging. Yes.
Lakshman.
Yeah, please.
Lakshman, once we switch to SaaS to PaaS, so then no auto upgrade, right?
Yes, that immediately that rules are applicable. Correct.
Thank you.
That's true.
Just a quick question. Does Oracle allow common users? Say, for example, in my organization, I want to create one common user for creating some work order or work requests. Okay, and that user can be shared among say 10 people within the same department because they are exactly doing the same thing. Is it allowed as per Oracle subscription policy?
One point here. One point here. Now we have seen the user creation, right?
Correct.
There you don't see any employee mapping with that user.
Correct. Correct.
In fresh instance, you cannot have any setups ready to create your real users. Okay.
Correct.
In the fresh instance, we create implementation user. Once we are ready with the setups, to every user, you have to map your employee. Then only many concepts will work. With this user, you cannot do some setups and you cannot perform certain transactions also. This is not an actual user, but in the fresh instance, we have to create implementation user. After certain setups are ready, we have to convert this user as an employee user. We have to map employee with this user. To one user, you can map only one employee. Okay.
Got it. Mapping, I understand. So, for example, I map one of the user with one of the employee with one of the user. But is it allowed like sharing of a common user?
Yeah, nobody will see. Oracle is not going to check which person is connected to the instance with which user. Like how many users are created in the instance they will track.
Okay, got
But
it.
the same user is used by one employee or 100 employees, that they cannot track, right? Who's sitting in front of system, they cannot track.
Okay, is there any way of tracking via IP or something for audit purposes?
No. See, they can see how many users are there. So for example, for payables application, how many users we created. That means payables roles are assigned to how many users that they can track.
Got it.
I may create one user for payables. Okay, to that user, I will map one employee only. For reality, maybe 4 employees may use that same user to work on the payables application. In that scenarios, no one can track it. Why? If they come and sit in the office, by seeing they can track, but as per application, they cannot track.
Got it. And is there any provision? I don't think so, but I just want to clarify. Is there any provision of Oracle audit in terms of Oracle Fusion? Because on-premise EBS.
Yeah, they do it. They do it because that is in their control. In case of on-premise, the teams will come and they'll just audit. But here, they don't need to come to your office because these servers are deployed. Okay, in the Oracle. I mean, these virtual servers are part of their servers only, right? So they can conduct the audit from their end.
Got it. But they do conduct the audit.
They conduct the audit. If they find some violation as per your subscription and all, there will be penalties, same as EBS.
Got it. But are there any examples where you can say these are the violations that can be done intentionally?
Simple, very simple. You taken, say you took subscription for financials for 20 users. Okay. Oracle identified you created 30 users and you started recording the transactions with 30 users. That is a violation.
But does not Fusion application enforce it? Say, for example, in Salesforce, you cannot assign more than what you have subscribed in terms of users.
No. Here, not like that. They are not giving like the full privileges. You can create.
That's what
they are not setting the limit.
Exactly. That's what the control I was asking. Is there any control? There is no control.
That level of controls they are not setting.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Thanks.
People are taking the advantage also because of that. That is there.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Any other questions from anyone, please?
Yeah, Lakshman, regarding this configuration packages.
Yeah.
Can we transfer the data only, for example, in the receivables, we can transfer transaction types or receivable activities from one instance to another instance instead of transferring everything. I want to transfer only one particular setup.
Yeah. Ideally, by default, the option is available for all the setups. Okay, all the setups, but you can modify. The system will select all the setups. You have to deselect all and you have to select only that relevant setup what you are referring. Then you can do this.
Yeah. Okay. And another question, like, so I have the setups in my Vision instance. From Vision instance to I can transfer it to a production instance of the client.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
See the names like test, development, and vision. These all we are just calling, using the name based on the purpose. Okay. From any instance to from one to another instance, you can move the setup. Those two instances can be any instances. The purpose can be anything. So it will allow you to move the setups from one to other instance. That is a basic point. One to other. The one is what, other is what. It could be anything.
That's great. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, Mr. Lakshman, sorry. Actually, see, we have been a real estate company, so it's only we can play the part of only the finance, or we can use it also another role also. It's possible in Oracle. I mean,
if it is a real estate company, I mean, you do the projects and all, right?
yes.
So definitely, you just we could see like real estate companies, they go for finance and they go for supply chain. Along with that, primarily they go for PPM, project portfolio management. Say you are constructing on building. Okay,
Yeah.
you have to perform a lot of tasks. They will be structured like so.
Exactly.
The hierarchy, task hierarchy, and resource assignment, and how much cost you are incurring. Or else, if you are constructing that building for your customers, you have to bill them, and there will be different billing terms and contract terms, and some revenue distribution, how you want to do, and the billing cycles. There will be a lot of stuff related to projects. So if you are real estate company, ideally you have to go with the PPM also, project portfolio management. Finance related transactions you can track here in financials, along with that the detailed project related activities, what we are doing for which task, how much cost you are incurring, how much billing you are doing, how much margin you want to keep, what are the agreements, terms and conditions. So this and all need to be managed. That is not possible in finance. Okay.
Great.
It could be your capital projects or contract projects. Okay. Or else it could be like, see, there may be internal project. Okay. Internal projects. This is all, we have a different projects to manage all those. Definitely have to go with the PPM applications.
Then it will be connected to Oracle, right?
PPM also part of Oracle only. That is, PPM is Oracle product only. Oracle Fusion Portfolio Management.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's great. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. So, any other questions? Fine. Seems to no questions. So that's all for today. We'll connect tomorrow same time. And we'll
Lakshman, is every day we will be receiving in the before the session of the link Zoom meeting, or it will be any constant?
Correct. We will maybe after a few more sessions, we will receive the link from the team.
Okay.
Maybe from next week onwards, I'll be sharing the link directly.
Okay. So make
but
sure
that would be new link, everyday new link.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Just ask them to share a little bit earlier.
Exactly. That is the point. At least a minimum 5 to 10 minutes before we'll share.
Okay. Thank you. Right.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, please.
Lakshman, we'll get dumps daily, or after 1 week we will get at one shot.
What you said? The voice was breaking.
Dumps.
Dumps. Are you talking about the certification dumps?
Not that theory. What we learned today. That in a theoretical that we need to know, right? What is that?
No, which you are referring? Tell me. Like here, we discussed this stuff, right? What you are referring and what you are trying to ask. No,
I
I'm
think
sorry.
we
Like,
this record
Session
session.
what we attended today for the
okay.
theory about theory. We will get that.
Yeah, this sheet I'll be sharing. Okay. I'll share the Google Drive access. I'll place this file and you can go through and you can remember. You can go through and you can remember these points. So wherever some system practice is required, we'll do it. Certain things theoretically we have to understand. We cannot do anything with that.
The theory part we will not get, right? We have to understand from session only.
Yes, session only, because there are big size documents. Again, going through those documents and understanding finally the same content, no use, right? Investing time and all. So what we have to understand that I'm discussing with you. Wherever we have to refer some additional source of information, I'll let you know. But now not required. If you are okay with this, that's enough.
Enough. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Lakshman, Shravan.
Yeah, please.
Lakshman, as you said yesterday, after some days, like two weeks or 1 month, the time is going to change, or will it be
we are going
same
to
time?
prepone.
Okay. Is there any chance to continue in the same time, Lakshman? Because this is a suitable time.
No. That's what we do for every batch.
Okay, you are going to change the time, right?
Yeah, we are going to prepone to 6 o'clock.
6 to 7 or 7:30?
7:30.
Okay, Lakshman. Thank you.
Yeah, fine. Thanks.
Lakshman, I have a question. The
Please.
person who is working in night shifts for Indian Standard Time, so I see, so it is very difficult for us, like on if any shift like afternoon or evening, you will start nearby.
So evening already we are running the batch. Maybe
At
after
what time,
completing
Lakshman?
that. Sorry?
At what time, sir?
7 to 9.
7 to 9. Okay.
Or else
Okay.
you can do one thing, like you can go through the videos and you can practice. Whenever we just start with the evening batch, you can be part of it if you are comfortable with that, or else you may wait for some time.
Yes, Lakshman, because this Eastern Standard Time we are working as 4:30 in the evening and logging out at 2:30.
Okay. Yeah,
so if you stretch it will go, yeah, that's it, like we can't go for anything. That's the main difficult for us. Yes. Yes, I'm thinking about the timing. You have any nearby you're going to start?
Okay.
If you stretch up to morning 3 o'clock, then I need to wake up at 8 o'clock.
I
It's
totally
okay
understand,
because because 8 o'clock is somewhat okay. We can have a sleep of 3.5 hours. But you are preponing that and you are coming to 7 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. We'll think on these points. Definitely. We'll see if anything we can do.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Okay, Lakshman. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So done. That's all for today. See you tomorrow, same time. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.